injury. We've got Rob Westerby live outside on the Fox 17 patio. World's famous grill master. What have you learned about how we can protect ourselves this summer, Rob?
Well, when I sat down with Dr. Doug Hoy, who is the emergency room physician and the executive physician at Holland Hospital, I learned a lot, really, especially from his point of view. He's had 26 years in emergency room care. And when it comes to holidays like the one we're about to get into, greater crowds can create greater hazards. When it comes to being just outdoors, you can have being in the sun, and also bicycling in crowds. And really his problems when it comes to the emergency room is that everything kind of ramps up when everybody packs it in over at the lakeshore.
Of inherent risks with this time of year being outdoors, people want to enjoy all the outdoor activities. So our population, when the population goes, just by numbers, we get more patients here in the emergency room.
Some of the most common injuries seen at the ER arise from more bicycles being in traffic. So everyone in the family should wear helmets and watch out.
We have bike paths that cross through residential areas, and the bike paths cross across driveways that may be hidden. And oftentimes the cars will pull out, getting ready to get on the road, and the bike will run right into the side of the car.
And folks aren't used to being out in the sun, and forget about sunblock. The result can be a painful sunburn and dehydration, bad enough to need treatment in the ER.
It can be as simple as ibuprofen for pain, cool compresses, or it could be as aggressive as starting an IV and hydrating someone with IV fluids. Generally, it's just getting them out of the exposure into a cooler environment.
Dr. Hoy says you should still see the sunscreen on your skin when you're done applying it. And speaking of burns, grills are another source of burns. Kids get too close, the grill isn't level or is on a soft surface and tips over. Even using a metal brush to clean the grill has its hazards.
If you're vigorously scraping a grill, metal shavings can, at a high velocity, can come up and get you in the eye. We will do eye injuries here in the emergency department. We pick little pieces of metal out of the eye, and that is nobody's idea of a fun time. Good.
Yeah, the least you could do if you have a metal brush is just check it to make sure that none of them have rusted or are loose or anything like that when it comes to the bristles. I myself listened to the doctor and said, I've got nylon now as opposed to metal. And there are a number of different configurations of non-metal brushes and cleaners that you can get. I also asked Dr. Hoy, what's the best length for a stick with s'mores? And he said, at least as long as your arm. So that's pretty long for an adult, but remember that gives you that little extension in there with the kids, keeping them away from the open flame. So keep safety in mind. We've got safety in mind very much around the holidays especially. And so for the summer, with all the other advice that we've passed along to you, we will be talking about food safety tomorrow with Janice Allen. In Grand Rapids, grilling? Well, not quite grilling. I'm more like cleaning. I'm Rob West.